Good evening, soccer fans, and welcome to tonight's Central Lakes Conference match between the Alexandria Cardinals and your Fergus Falls Otters. The referees for the match are Dimo Mutuba, Iambud Manono, and Steve Hartis. First, the starting lineups for the Cardinals. Number 0, Ryan Musin. Number 3, Jager Steele. Number 5, Colin Riley. Number 7, Jack Carlson. Number 8, Lucas Harsted. Number 10, Thomas Klecker. Number 11, Miles Sandsted. Number 16, Bjorn Karlsted. Number 18, Tyler Bright. Number 20, Jacob Partington. And number 22, Bryce Paffrath. The head coach for the Cardinals is Brandon Johnson. Assistants, Sean Foster, Cahill Collins, and Ben Schreiber. And now the lineup for your Otters. Number 3, Casey Egan. Number 5, James Bearden. Number 6, Ian Richards. Number 8, Dominic Aguilar. Captain, number 9, Sterling Andrews. Captain, number 10, Matthew Niblock. Number 11, Jose Rodriguez. Number 13, Cole Bearden. Number 19, Joey Johnson. Number 24, Jack Urich. And captain, number 38, Ian Stumbo. Coaches for the Otters, head coach is Joel Hikus. Assistants are Joshua McGowan, Peyton Sonsing, and Patrick Sullivan. At this time, please rise and face the scoreboard on the east end of the field for the playing of our national anthem.
That wraps up our Jutner Motors pre-match coverage. We'll be back with the play-by-play of Alexandria Cardinal boys soccer after a brief timeout.
Oh, say, can you see my dawn's early light? What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the
Athletic training services tonight are provided by Lake Region Healthcare. Lake Region Healthcare is proud to partner with Fergus Falls Public Schools for all their athletic training needs this year.
Once again, this
the
is
certified athletic trainer for tonight's game is Pat.
Tonight on People Radio, KXRA, for Alexandria Cardinal boys soccer. The Cardinals have played 7 matches so far. No wins, but only 3 games.
Let's get ready to rumble! Get ready to rumble! for this. I like to move it.
Play soccer.
I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. Yeah, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. Lift it up, go.
Welcome to the big show. Simply wait.
Pump it up while your feet are stumping and the jam is pumping. Look ahead, the crowd is jumping. Pump it up a little more, get the party going on the dance floor. Cause that's where the party's at, and you find out if you do that.
Along with junior Cole Zierden, sophomore Joey Johnson, and senior Jack Urich. Alexandria wearing the traveling white jerseys, white shorts, large red numerals on the back of the Alexandria uniform. The school colors at Fergus Falls High School, maroon and gold, and the Otters have the gold, or the maroon jersey tops and the maroon pants to go with the light gold numerals and trim. Alexandria quickly gains possession, plays the ball into the Fergus Falls end, but a shot attempt goes wide of the goal, and it will be a goal kick here for Fergus Falls. Now the Otters trying to work the ball out of their own end. Jack Carlson trying to challenge for Alexandria. The ball up to the midfield third, and now the Cardinals take over. Riley passes to Carlson. Now a deep ball up the left side, and the goalkeeper stumble comes out, and he'll actually clear the ball across the sideline, resulting in a throw-in in the offensive third for the Alexandria Cardinals. We're just underway here in Fergus Falls. Mostly clear skies. Temperature at game time around 42 degrees. Still a bit of a breeze coming out of the west-northwest, upwards of 15 miles an hour. That should settle down as we get deeper into darkness. Ball worked up to the midfield area. Now Jager Steele gets to it for the Alexandria Cardinals. He'll send a support pass back to one of his teammates. Then it goes over to Jacob Partington. Now up to the midfield third, where the Cardinals' Thomas Klecker will feed it ahead. Now here's Harstead. He tried a crossing pass. That got broken up though, and Fergus Falls plays it back into the midfield third. Here's Jose Rodriguez handling on the dribble. His pass got intercepted by the Cardinals' Colin Riley. Alexandria with a long ball through up the right side, and now getting to it here. It's a crossing attempt, and that's actually going to go over the net and out of play. The crossing attempt was by Klecker, and he wasn't able to connect with a forward in front. So it'll be a goal kick here coming for Fergus Falls. We do play two 40-minute halves of regulation, and because of the COVID-19 restrictions here in 2020, if a match is tied after 80 minutes, it remains a draw. No overtime and no shootout. Now the rules may be adjusted a little bit for postseason play. Again, limited section competition will be coming up in a little less than 2 weeks for the Alexandria Cardinals and other teams in Section 8A. St. Cloud Tech is the defending section champion. Brainerd is the defending Central Lakes Conference champion, and right now the Warriors are on top of the CLC standings. Throw-in comes in by Alexandria, and the Cardinals take over. Here's a through ball, and trying to connect is Jack Carlson. Pass was a little bit behind him. Now back to challenge for Fergus Falls is Cole Zierden. He'll clear the ball across the far sideline, and Alexandria will throw it in. We're now into minute number 4 of this opening half. 0-0 the score. Glenwood State Bank will bring you our scoreboard updates. Steele near the top of the penalty box area tries a shot. That got deflected. Now challenging on defense, Zierden for Fergus Falls. Now a crossing attempt over toward Klecker, just a little bit wide of him. He was able to stop it right along the goal line. Now feeds over to Jacob Partington. Partington trying along the goal line. He went with a crossing attempt. It got deflected out. And evidently it was shot out. The cross went out of bounds before it was touched by a Fergus Falls player, as the Otters are being awarded a goal kick here. And the goalkeeper, Ian Stumbo, will send it forward out to the midfield third. Partington knocks the ball down with his body, but Fergus Falls will now take over. Here comes Rodriguez, trying to feed a through pass to one of his forwards, but that got broken up. Now it's Jager Steele handling the ball. He'll pass it over to the left side toward Miles Sandstead. Now back toward the middle of the field for Riley. Then he tried to feed further up, but it got intercepted. And Fergus Falls will take over at the edge of the attacking third. The Otters flowing right to left in this opening half, so Fergus Falls operating into a little bit of a breeze here in this first half of play. Ball bounces into the penalty box area. Ryan Mavison, the junior goalkeeper for Alexandria, comes out to retrieve the ball, and now he'll punt it away. It's off a high punt. Takes about a 35-yard flight, and then a nice high hop off the field turf, and then the ball got cleared out of bounds. Alexandria will throw it in. Quick throw in by Jake Partington, connecting here with the Cardinals' Lucas Harstead. He tried a crossing pass, but Fergus Falls broke it up. Now the Otters coming back the other way. Rodriguez will feed it over to the left side for teammate Shane Zierden. Now pass up the sideline. It got intercepted by Jacob Partington. Eagles with a crossing attempt in the midfield third. That was briefly intercepted. Rodriguez and Colin Riley battling for possession. Riley's going to feed it over to his teammate Jager Steele. Now a long ball over into the right corner. It's going to roll out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for Fergus Falls deep in its own end. We played a little more than 5 minutes of this opening half. Alexandria nothing, Fergus Falls nothing on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. This is varsity boys soccer. Here is Jack Carlson trying to track the ball down just outside of the penalty box area. Now a challenge for the ball, and Fergus Falls will clear it away. Now it comes back toward Riley. Now a challenge for possession. Here it looks like Harstead battling a Fergus Falls player. Pass goes back. Riley sends it through to the top of the penalty box area. Carlson tried to get a shot off, and this one will be on the goalkeeper, and Ian Stumbo will make the save. So the ball gets punted away by Stumbo out to the midfield area. Now it caroms around, and then a long ball by Fergus Falls goes into the Alexandria defensive backfield. Jacob Partington will redirect here for Alexandria. Now a long ball the other way by Fergus Falls. Partington knocks it down. Fergus Falls is going to retrieve it. Here's a pass up the left side by Shane Zierden, and it's going to roll through. Dominic Aguilar trying to get on the front end. Alexandria had a defender playing close, and the ball rolled toward the goalkeeper, Ryan Mavison, and he'll scoop the ball up and punt it away. Now it's up in the midfield area where the Otters will gain control. I believe we had a foul called on Alexandria. So the Fergus Falls Otters will get a free kick from about 60 yards out. This one angled to the left side where Shane Zierden tries to track it down. But good work here by the Cardinals' Thomas Klecker to gain possession. Now he feeds ahead to Carlson. Through ball to Harstead, and Stumble's going to come out, and he will retrieve the ball, scooping it up right about 5 yards from the edge of the penalty box area before Harstead could apply a shot. Stumble punts the ball high. Gets knocked down just a bit by the breeze, which is settling down. Battle for possession in the midfield third. Jake Partington and Dominic Aguilar are battling for possession. Now Fergus Falls sends a long ball through. Aguilar trying to use his speed to get to the ball. He's being marked closely by Partington. Ball's out of bounds, and it's going to be a throw-in, I believe, for the Fergus Falls Otters in the offensive end. So the Otters looking to be on the attack here. Rodriguez has the ball. Crossing attempt got broken up. Colin Riley with a header pass ahead to Carlson, who clears it away. Now it comes back to the Fergus Falls midfield where Jack Urich is trying to send a pass through. Now it comes toward Matthew Niblock. Niblock now with a crossing attempt. That goes over into the right corner. And the Cardinals back to challenge. And now one of the Alexandria defenders trying to play the ball up the left sideline and does out into the midfield third. Cardinals get a little space in the midfield area. Now a possible numbers advantage. Long ball goes ahead, handling it on the dribble. Here's a through ball, and trying to get to it is Klecker. He sends a crossing attempt over, but it's cleared across the sideline by Fergus Falls, and that should mean the first corner kick of the night for the Alexandria Cardinals. And this corner kick will come from the right corner in the 9th minute of tonight's match. And the corner kick will be taken here by Thomas Klecker. Bends it in front. It's high up in the air. Then a header shot got knocked down. Then another shot goes just a little bit wide. And we'll have a goal kick coming up here for Fergus Falls. Let's take our first break. We're now in the 10th minute of the match in boys soccer at Otter Stadium in Fergus Falls. Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. It's Alexandria and Fergus Falls presently scoreless. Just at 30. 4:30. The Fergus Falls Otters, after a goal kick, play the ball up to the midfield area, but the pass goes out of bounds, and Alexandria throws it in. Now a challenge for possession, and it will be a throw-in for the Otters right near the midfield stripe, as Fergus Falls had Matthew Niblock challenging Lucas Harstead for possession. The throw-in here will be by the Otters' Joey Johnson up the left side, and the Cardinals will again clear it out of bounds. And we'll have a throw-in coming up in the midfield third. The Alexandria Cardinal girls soccer team is hosting Fergus Falls tonight. That match underway at Viking Bank Field at Alexandria Area High School. Interesting to note, the Otters have won the last 2 head-to-head competitions in that series for girls soccer. Now we're going to have a stoppage here. I think we had a foul called outside of the penalty box area, but Fergus Falls is going to be awarded a free kick, and this is going to come from about 27 or 28 yards off the goal line, a little bit to the left of the mouth of the goal. This will be a free kick here for Niblock of Fergus Falls. So if you will, an indirect free kick here for Fergus Falls. And it's angled and it goes over the net, so it will result in a goal kick here for the Alexandria Cardinals. Now if a foul occurs in the penalty box area, then that means a PK for the opposing team. And I know that, I think in the 1-1 draws with both Sauk Rapids Rice and Ricori, the goals that the Cardinals allowed in both of those matches were on penalty kicks. Otherwise, Alexandria had a shutout in terms of the run of play. Here's Riley passing ahead to Harstead. Now the Otters scramble and will clear the ball across the far sideline, and we'll have a throw-in coming up as we're about to move into minute number 13 of this opening half. Under 28 to go until intermission on a clear night. Should be good for viewing the harvest moon as it comes up on the eastern horizon this evening. No score at the moment on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. Throw in for Alexandria. The Otters will clear the ball again across the far sideline. And another throw in coming up for the Cardinals. Alexandria 0-3-4 on the year. Fergus Falls 0-8. So if we have a victor in this match, it will be the team's first win of the year. Now a high pass bounced up in the air and out, and I think that was off Fergus Falls because the Alexandria Cardinals are going to get their second corner kick of the night. This one will come from the far corner from the northeast side of the field from our vantage point. And this one is bent in and cleared away by Fergus Falls up to the edge of the midfield third. And now it's ahead. Here's Dominic Aguilar on the dribble. He'll now feed ahead, trying to connect with Sterling Andrews. Then it comes back to Aguilar. Aguilar will take a shot. That got deflected. Andrews trying to track the ball down. Now it's going to be tipped further ahead by the Cardinals. Now Fergus Falls redirects, and Alexandria will clear it back out. Now up the right side, here is Klecker trying to get a long ball through to Jack Carlson. Pass was a little bit behind him. Fergus Falls sends it back to near the midfield stripe. Colin Riley will angle a pass over to the left side. Now it comes to Carlson, then back to Riley. And now taking it here for Fergus Falls is Jose Rodriguez. Rodriguez will send it to the right, then a long ball up ahead is going to be knocked away by the Alexandria Cardinals' Tyler Bright. Cleared over toward the far side, now redirected back to the center of the field. Fergus Falls looks to shift into offensive mode here. Ball comes into the Alexandria end. Here's a shot across, and it goes just a little bit wide. That was a good cross there by Shane Zierden on the left as he was trying to connect, I believe, with Sterling Andrews out front, and Andrews just shot the ball wide left of the goal. I think the Cardinals may have caught a little bit of a break. If Andrews were accurate on that shot, Fergus Falls would have scored the first goal of the night. Instead, it's a goal kick, and it's sent away by Ryan Mavison. It comes up into the direction of Miles Sandstead as the Cardinals look to transition themselves. Carlson for Alexandria trying to get to the ball now. It's redirected by Fergus Falls into the Alexandria defensive backfield, but now Shane Zierden intercepts a pass. He's going to send it long to the near side. Aguilar challenging Partington for possession. I believe it goes off Dominic Aguilar, and we'll have a throw in here for the Alexandria Cardinals on their own side of the field. Throw-in goes into the direction of Jack Carlson, but got knocked away instead by Matthew Niblock. Now a challenge for the ball, and it will be out of bounds. Possession to Alexandria. The Cardinals will make their first substitutions of the night. Holden Hansen will come in. Peter Sandstead will also be coming in for Alexandria.
Number 12 and number 9.
I believe a little bit later, Alex Gressiff will come in for the Cardinals. Now Alexandria with possession as we are in minute number 16 of this opening half. Just under 25 remaining until intermission. Nothing on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard in Central Lakes Conference Boys Soccer. The Cardinals are in Fergus Falls tonight. Here is Fergus Falls' Cole Zierden handling the ball, trying to cross an attempt toward Rodriguez. Then it comes back out. Nice clear away here by Jager Steele. Steele with some room to dribble. He'll send it up now toward Hansen. Hansen left side at the edge of the attacking third. Holden Hansen on the dribble, being challenged here by the Otters' Jack Urich, and Urich will clear the ball across the far side, but Holden Hansen with some good ball handling ability and a little bit of speed there, trying to make some things happen.
Number 17.
Alex Gressiff will now come in for the Alexandria Cardinals, as he will spell his teammate Lucas, or I stand corrected, heading to the bench, Miles Sandstead for Alexandria. Alexandria inbounding the ball into the attacking third on the Fergus Falls side. Otters will clear it out and now get open with a little bit of activity for dribbling. And now the Cardinals will clear it across the far side. Let's take another break. We are approaching the midpoint of the opening half in Central Lakes Conference Boys Soccer on KXRA and on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. Alexandria and Fergus Falls are scoreless.
Substitution for your Otters, Aiden Schern and number 20, Jaden Manteufel.
The Alexandria Cardinals had a bit of a break. Holden Hansen's shot was stopped by Ian Stumbo, who cleared the ball away. And then it went up the right side out of bounds. Fergus Falls will get a throw in. The Otters will make a couple of substitutions as Aiden Schern and Jaden Manteufel are now into the match. We have no score, not quite midway through the first half. We're now into minute number 19. So we've played 18 full, and we're in the 19th minute overall. So the team that wins this match is going to have its first win. Of course, the Alexandria Cardinals hoping to build on some momentum after earning a 2-2 tie against St. Cloud Apollo 2 nights ago down in the Granite City. Here is the Cardinals' Peter Sandstead playing a ball up the right side, but Fergus Falls has a defender back. Jack Carlson not able to track it down. It got cleared out of bounds by the Otters. Peter Sandstead will throw it into Jake Partington. Then it comes back to Peter Sandstead. And then now challenging for the ball. Here's a shot by Steele, and that will go on goal, and the save is made by Ian Stumbo. This time he will throw the ball up the right side rather than punt it away. It gets knocked down, and now Colin Riley handles on the dribble. He'll send it back to Steele. Jager Steele in the middle of the field, looking to get into the attacking third. Tried to get a ball through to Colin Riley, and that got broken up by Fergus Falls. Now it's going to be controlled here along the near side by Peter Sandstead. Tapped out by Fergus Falls. Throw in for Alexandria. Partington gets the ball into play toward Jack Carlson, but he got marked by a couple of Fergus Falls players. Now Steele will take the shot, and that goes over the net. And we'll have a goal kick coming up for Fergus Falls. You have to appreciate the Alexandria Cardinals getting a little more offensive pressure on in the last 2-3 minutes or so. They're starting to get at the Fergus Falls goal a little more frequently. Hopefully the knock on the door will result in an opening later here in this first half. Still 0-0 as we're now in the 20th minute of the match. We're approaching halfway through the first half. Alexandria takes over in the midfield area. Jager Steele will send a pass back toward Tyler Bright. Now he'll send it over to Colin Riley. Riley challenged by a Fergus Falls player, and Jaden Mantefel redirects the ball the other way. Now a long ball up the right sideline, and that's going to bounce right along the sideline, and I think it stayed in play. And now the Cardinals defensive backfield will send a pass back to the midfield third. Now it's redirected, and here is Bright trying to pass ahead, but now crossing attempt by Fergus Falls, and now it's going to be broken up by Peter Sandstead, and Alexandria will redirect. And Sandstead kind of calling out some signals, yelling for his teammate Holden Hansen to get downfield because he was going to send a long ball, and Peter Sandstead did just that. The long ball initially touched by Hansen, but then redirected by Fergus Falls. Now the Otters' Jack Urich will try to send it up the right sideline, and it gets knocked out. And we'll have a throw-in for Fergus Falls.
Substitution for the Otters. Number 18,
I think we're going to have
Sam
a stoppage as Fergus Falls looks to make a substitution. We're going to take a quick break of our own. We're into the 22nd minute of the opening half in Central Lakes Conference Boys Soccer on KXRA Radio and on the Voice of Alexandria app. On the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard, the Cardinals and the Fergus Falls Otters are scoreless. Dave McClurk back with you on KXRA Radio, live from Otter Stadium on the campus of Kennedy Secondary School in Fergus Falls. Jackson is our engineer back at the studio on Broadway Street in downtown Alexandria. Right now, the Alexandria Cardinals and the Fergus Falls Otters are scoreless. Alexandria plays the ball up to the edge of the attacking third. Jack Carlson's going to send it back to his teammate. Now it comes over toward Partington. Partington will fire a shot that will be, in essence, a crossing attempt. Cleared, not out of the penalty box area, though. Here's the scramble. Carlson takes the shot, deflected away, scramble in front, ball along the goal line, and Stumble's actually going to cover up. Boy, Alexandria put on some furious pressure there, but Ian Stumble was quite active in front of the mouth of the goal, and the keeper was able to make that final save and keep this a scoreless match. Now the Otters look to transition. Dominic Aguilar with a through ball. That comes back to the goalkeeper, Mavison. And he's going to fire the ball over to the right side to Jacob Partington. And Partington will send a long ball up, trying to connect with Carlson. Pass was just a bit behind him, but now it comes back. And here's Steele feeding to Peter Sandstead. And now it comes toward Carlson. Nice touch pass there by Carlson, trying to connect with Sandstead. Sandstead was looking to make a crossing pass of his own, and Fergus Falls deflected the ball out. Now Partington will have the throw in. Miles Sandstead and Thomas
Substitution for the
Klecker
Cardinals,
will
number
both
10
come
and
back
number
in.
11.
It looks like Peter Sandstead is going to check out. And one other teammate will also be heading to the bench for Alexandria. I believe that's Alex Gressa. Throw-in comes to the top of the penalty box area. Here's a shot, and it goes wide right. I don't know if that was Colin Riley who took that one from the top of the penalty box area, but it's going to result in a goal kick here for the Fergus Falls Otters. Minute number 25 of our match is underway. Under 16 to go until halftime. Nothing on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. Here's Hansen looking to put a shot towards Stumbo, and he will scoop the ball up and get it away. Now the Otters try to take control in the midfield third. Cole Zierden trying to send a long ball up the right side. And now a challenge at the edge of the midfield third on the Fergus Falls side of the field. And it goes out off Alexandria. Now a throw in for the Fergus Falls Otters, taking it on the dribble. Here is Jaden Mantefel. Then it comes back toward Matthew Niblock. Niblock will send a pass over to the left side. Taking it here is Aiden Shern. His pass got intercepted. The Cardinals transition the other way. Here's Jack Carlson on the dribble, trying to get past one defender. Ball gets knocked away. Fergus Falls will clear it up the right sideline. And here comes Cole Zierden. He'll try a crossing attempt to the middle of the field. It got knocked down in the midfield third. Aguilar giving chase. Colin Riley with some defense here. Riley gets the ball to Jager Steele, then it comes back to Riley. Riley on the dribble, feeding to the right side. That got intercepted here by Fergus Falls' Ian Richards. Now Riley with it back. It got poked away. Fergus Falls regains control in the midfield third. Long ball up the left side. Here's Aguilar with it for the Otters. Trying to shake one defender, but Alexandria's defense pretty tight there as the Cardinals' Bjorn Karlstead was staying right on Dominic Aguilar. It's cleared across the sideline. Fergus Falls will be awarded a throw-in the offensive third. Shane Zierden will throw it in for Fergus Falls. I think Dominic Aguilar getting a bit of a rest. He's been a good energy guy for Fergus Falls out on the pitch tonight. Here's a shot into traffic, and now the Cardinals scrambling to clear. Mavison finally covers the ball up. Boy, Fergus Falls had a couple of people buzzing in the scoring area, but fortunately Ryan Mavison was able to find the ball, and he gets it away. Now it's up to the midfield third where Jack Carlson gains control. He'll send it to Colin Riley, now to Jager Steele. Steele back to Riley. Riley on the dribble, but now it's cleared away by the Fergus Falls Otters over to the right side. A long clear by Jack Urich. That's going to come into the Alexandria end. Here is Mavison coming out to deliver the ball back to the midfield third. And now here's Riley taking control on the dribble. He'll go with a crossing attempt intended for Holden Hansen. That got knocked down, and now the Otters will redirect it. It's coming back the other way as Fergus Falls flows right to left on your radio, tablet, or computer screen here in this first half of play. Now here's a through ball by Fergus Falls, Matthew Niblock. That got broken up by the Alexandria Cardinals. No scores were in the 28th minute of this opening half in boys soccer in Ottertail Country. I'm DMAC, Dave McClurg with the play-by-play. Now a scramble near the top of the penalty box area, and here is a shot attempt on goal, and Ryan Mavison will make the save for the Alexandria Cardinals. Bjorn Karlstead was trying to clear that ball away from the center of the field right near the top of the penalty box. He did feed it off to his left, but that meant a shot for Fergus Falls, but fortunately Mavison was able to make the save. He saw the shot coming his way clearly. Now the Otters try to regain control in the midfield third. Here's Aiden Shern handling on the dribble for Fergus Falls. He's got Thomas Klecker defending him fairly close. Now the ball's going to be knocked out along the near sideline. Throw-in coming up for the Fergus Falls Otters. Still no scores. We now have under 12 minutes remaining in this first half. Alexandria 0-3-4 coming in. The Otters 0-8. Klecker feeds a through ball trying to connect with Hansen, and the ball got deflected. Now Carlson has it. Jack Carlson looking to take the shot, and he scores! And the
Goal, Alexandria.
The Alexandria Cardinals get on the board. Nice touch pass, Jack Carlson. I thought he was going to take the shot from a tough angle. He kind of hit it softly toward the goalkeeper, Stumbo, who knocked it away. And I think they're going to disallow the goal. It did not go into the net because we have a corner kick coming up. My error there. I thought the Cardinals were able to score, but they did get a corner kick out of it. Now Fergus Falls is scrambling to try to clear the ball. Here's a shot by Hansen, this one on goal, and Ian Stumbo will make the save. So we are still scoreless. The Carlson shot attempt that I thought went across the goal line went to the right of the net, so it didn't count as a goal. Now the through ball here, and Carlson will send it over to Riley. Riley handling it in the middle of the field, now toward Jack Carlson. Carlson being marked pretty closely here. Now Jack Carlson will track the ball down. He's got it back. Now trying to feed toward Jager Steele. Steele has it. He'll send one through, trying to connect with Thomas Klecker. Klecker along the right sideline. He'll try a cross on the ground, intended for one of his teammates, but Fergus Falls intercepts. Niblock will redirect for the Otters. Now Partington gets it at the midfield stripe. It's going to be a sent ahead, but now Fergus Falls will clear it across the near sideline. Throw-in coming up for the Alexandria Cardinals. Still 0-0 on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard as we're now into the 31st minute of this opening half of play. Now the ball
Checking
goes
in
out.
for the Otters, number 11, Jose Rodriguez.
Now coming into the match, Jose Rodriguez will re-enter for the Otters. Throwing it in here is Aiden Shern for Fergus Falls. Trying to connect here with Shane Zierden. Alexandria intercepts. Here's Colin Riley on the dribble with some open territory. Feeding ahead, trying to connect with one of his teammates, but Fergus Falls poked the ball away, and now the Otters coming back. Rodriguez with a through ball to Shane Zierden up the left side. Zierden, and he got knocked down. Bjorn Karlstead trying to defend there, and Karlstead may be whistled for the foul here. I think we're going to have a free kick coming up for Fergus Falls. And we're also going to have a yellow card being issued to Bjorn Karlstead. So that's a warning. If he gets a second yellow this game, that would mean a red card and disqualification from the game. But the official felt that Karlstead went a little hard at Shane Zierden there, and so he's going to check out. And Alexandria is going to make a substitution here. Fergus Falls will be awarded the free kick about 30 yards off the goal line, about 10 yards off the near sideline. So this would be angled toward the goal if indeed actually it's not Niblock, but rather Jaden Mantefel, who will take this free kick for the Otters. We have just over 9 minutes to go in what is so far a scoreless match. I am DMAC Dave McClurg with the call of Alexandria Cardinal Boys Soccer. Mantefel waiting for the green light to take the free kick. Indirect free kick here. Loops it into traffic, and it's cleared away nicely by the Cardinals. Alexandria looks to get into transition of its own. Ball back into the midfield third. Now working through is Jack Carlson. He'll send it to his left. Carlson now getting to one of his teammates down along the goal line. It's going to be played back out. Jager Steele battling a Fergus Falls player for possession, and now we're going to have another foul called, and I think this is going to be on the Cardinals, so Fergus Falls will get a free kick on its own side of the field. Free kick goes up to about the midfield stripe. The Otters trying to regain control here, and now it's going to be Aiden Shern handling it, but it got intercepted. Thomas Klecker with it. He sends the ball through toward Carlson. Fergus Falls will clear it, and I think it went across the end line because the Cardinals are going to get their 4th corner kick of the night. So that was not the best clearing opportunity for Fergus Falls. If you're going to clear the ball away from the scoring territory, you want to clear it across your own sideline rather than across your own end line. Thomas Klecker will take this corner kick from the near corner. He bends it in front, bouncing ball, and now here's a shot into traffic. Another shot attempt got deflected. Now the ball knocked down near the top of the penalty box area. Shane Zierden's able to get to it for Fergus Falls. Trying to clear it ahead on the dribble to Jose Rodriguez. Now the Otters look to transition into a little offensive thrust of its own. Here is the Otters' Jaden Mentefell. His pass got intercepted. Now a break the other way. Hansen shoots. Save made by Scumbo. On a ground ball shot right on goal by Holden Hansen. Able to get on the front end, but no conversion. Scumbo punts the ball away. High bounce on the turf. Now Zierden able to take the high bounce up the left side. He was trying to clear it across the crossing attempt, and Ryan Mavison able to get to the ball before it crossed the goal line. Otherwise, it would have resulted in a Fergus Falls corner kick. Now or maybe we are going to. Well, we have play stopped here, and I think Mavison got to the ball along the goal line, and evidently we're going to have a corner kick for Fergus Falls. So evidently Mavison was too late in saving that ball from going across the goal line, as the Otters will get their first corner kick of the night. This will be Jose Rodriguez taking the corner kick from the near corner here in the 34th minute of the match. Still 0-0 on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard in boys soccer. Here's Rodriguez bending it in, and shot into traffic. It got deflected away. Now it comes back to Rodriguez trying to work on the dribble. Now in front to touch shot attempt, and that got cleared away by the Alexandria Cardinals. Nice work there defensively.
Substitution
Let's
for
take our
Cardinal
final
number
break
8.
during play-by-play in
Checking
the
back
opening
in for
half.
Otters,
We are in
Darren
Fergus
Aguilar,
Falls for CLC boys soccer
Owen
tonight.
Krieger, your
Glenwood
captain
State Bank
Sterling
scoreboard.
Andrews,
The
and your
Alexandria
captain Matthew
Cardinals and the
Niblock.
Fergus Falls Otters remain scoreless. Welcome back to Fergus Falls. Late in the first half in Central Lakes Conference boys soccer, Alexandria and Fergus Falls are presently scoreless. The Cardinals trying to possess the ball in the midfield third. Thomas Klecker on the dribble, and then Fergus Falls knocked the ball out. Long throw in by Jacob Partington comes toward Klecker. He tries to handle along the near sideline. Then the ball comes back. It's poked away by Fergus Falls. Zierden redirects, now trying to get it further ahead toward Sterling Andrews, but Alexandria has the defense back, and the ball gets cleared across the far sideline. Throw-in coming up, and now the long ball here by Jager Steele up to the edge of the midfield third on the outer side of the field. Clearing ball got redirected here as Steele feeds now toward Carlson, but the ball got knocked away, and the Otters will clear it back into the midfield third. Now a crossing attempt comes toward Colin Riley. Wiley trying to handle, or rather a steal on the dribble. Now it is worked further ahead by Fergus Falls. Now the through ball comes ahead, but Tyler Wright back to defend here for Alexandria, and he uses the far sideline to clear the ball across. We're about to move 36 full minutes into this match, the 37th minute now underway, meaning that we have under 4 remaining until intermission. Don't forget, we've got the halftime report straight ahead, presented to you by Eldon's Fresh Foods in Alexandria. Next week, we'll have 2 Alexandria Cardinals soccer matches, including one at Brainerd in girls soccer 1 week from tonight. That could very well be with conference title implications on the line. Heading into tonight's match at home with Fergus Falls, the Alexandria girls soccer team was undefeated in CLC competition this year. The Cardinals trying to work the ball into scoring territory. Lucas Harstead with a pass that got poked away. And now Dominic Aguilar will send a support pass back. Now it comes up toward the midfield third. And now taking it here is Sterling Andrews. He'll try a long crossing attempt for Shane Zierden. That got knocked down by Alexandria. And the Cardinals look to transition the other way. Here is Samuel Peterson trying to play the ball further ahead. Fergus Falls intercepts, but again, the Cardinals back to defend. Here's Bryce Paffrath sending a pass up to the left side, now into the midfield area, and now a through ball by Peterson, and the Cardinals look to go on the attack. Here is Steele about 35 yards out, possessing the ball. He tried to get a pass to the right to Klecker, and it got sent down. Last touch by Alexandria. Throw in coming up for Fergus Falls on its own side of the field. And looking to throw it in here is Joey Johnson for the Otters. Then it's played ahead off the field turf. Tyler Bright redirects. Now a challenge for possession here, and Sterling Andrews tried to feed it ahead to Shane Zierden. It got sent back to the midfield area. Now the Cardinals gain control. Here's Carlson trying to get one through to Harstead. Harstead working his way in on the dribble. It stopped and now cleared away by Fergus Falls. Lucas Harstead trying to slip through a couple of Otter defenders who are defending him pretty close there. Throw in for the Fergus Falls Otters, but not before a substitution is made. Cole Zierden will come back
Checking back in for the Otters, number 13, Cole Zierden.
Cole Zierden is a junior. Shane Zierden is the younger player. He is a freshman. We've got about 90 seconds to go in this first half of play. Still nothing on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. Alexandria matching up against Fergus Falls. The only regular season meeting in boys soccer this year for the Cardinals and the Otters. I think when the original full 16-game schedule was put together last spring, the Cardinals and the Otters were only to play each other one time as well. Now here's Fergus Falls. Cole Zierden sending the ball ahead, but Ryan Mavison comes out near the top of the penalty box area. He will scoop it up before a shot can be taken. And now the throw by Mavison comes to Peter Steele, then it comes back to Jacob Partington. Partington up the right side sends one through to Lucas Harstead. Harstead now with a chip pass toward Klecker. Klecker up the right sideline, and it's going to be cleared out of bounds by Ian Richards of Fergus Falls. Throw in for Alexandria with about a half-minute remaining. Here is Partington throwing it in. Fergus Falls sends it, clearing it away back into the midfield third. Now here is Shane Andrews trying to send a pass the other way, and it will roll up the right side.
10,
this should drain
9,
most of the remaining
8,
time in this
7,
first half of play.
6,
the Cardinals will
5,
send the ball back.
4,
Ryan Mavison
3,
with a launch,
2,
and he'll
1.
send it out of bounds. And the first half has come to its conclusion with neither team possessing a score to this point. The Alexandria Cardinals had a couple of decent chances. Fergus Falls with a decent scoring opportunity of its own, but halfway through this one on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard, the Alexandria Cardinals and the Fergus Falls Otters are scoreless. I am DMAC, Dave McClurg, inviting you to stay right here. After a brief timeout, we'll get rolling with our halftime report, presented to you by Eldon's Fresh Foods in Alexandria. After these words from our Alexandria Cardinals sports booster. You don't have any objections. You don't even know. Cardinals will play it into the Fergus Falls end, and the ball bounces out of bounds. The Otters will be awarded a throw-in on the far side. Going is going to be knocked away by Shane Zierden. Now Jacob Partington gets to the ball and send it to Colin Riley. Now ahead, here is Jack Carlson on the dribble. He'll take the shot just a little bit wide. He was open from about 23 or 24 yards out, just outside of the penalty box area, but his shot was wide left. And Fergus Falls will be awarded a goal kick. Lucas Harstead and Jack Carlson, the two forwards, as part of this formation for the Alexandria Cardinals. Miles Sandstead, along with Colin Riley, as part of the midfield core, along with Thomas Klecker. Ball comes up. Jager Steele will send a support pass back to his teammate Bryce Paffrath. Now it comes toward Miles Sandstead. Now Steele will control on the dribble, left side. Nice touch pass to Carlson, and he was trying to reconnect with Jager Steele. Steele kind of cut toward the center of the field, and the ball went behind him. That allowed the goalkeeper Stumbo to track the ball down. He'll roll the ball over to the left side, and it's going to be played up. Shane Zierden trying to feed ahead to his teammate Matthew Niblock. Now it got broken up. Here's Carlson the other way. A through ball. Harstead trying to control on the dribble, and now the Otters will clear it over to the right side. And then the attempt by Klecker trying to send it back into the middle, and the ball bounces across the goal line, and Fergus Falls will be awarded a goal kick. We're now into minute number 42 of this match. Early on in the second half of play, Alexandria and Fergus Falls remain scoreless in Central Lakes Conference Boys Soccer. Now Carlson challenging, a pass to Harstead, then it comes back toward Carlson, and it gets cleared out, and I think it's going to result in, is it going to be a corner kick? I think it is. Yep, Alexandria is going to get its 5th corner kick of the night. Cardinals had 4 of those in the opening half compared to 1 for Fergus Falls. Colin Riley will take this corner kick on the near corner for Alexandria. Sends it in front, it gets knocked away, and now a shot attempt by Partington. That got broken up here by Jose Rodriguez. Cleared across the sideline. Partington with a quick throw in into scoring territory. Header shot by Harstead, and the save is made by Ian Stumbo. And we'll have a punt here by Stumbo. He's got a little bit of a breeze at his back now. Jager Steele knocks the ball down with his foot, but now Fergus Falls gains control in the midfield third. Cole Zierden tries to feed a pass ahead toward Sterling Andrews. Now it's going to be intercepted. Here's Paffrath handling it for Alexandria. Up to Jack Carlson. Carlson on the dribble, now feeding to Jager Steele. Steele had the ball poked away by Dominic Aguilar. Aguilar trying a long ball ahead to Andrews. Andrews will try to track it down, but his crossing attempt goes across the end line, and we'll have a goal kick coming up for the Alexandria Cardinals. Again, neither of these teams with a victory so far, but both have been playing quite competitively tonight. Really giving it the A+ effort. The Otters have dropped all 8 of their matches so far. Alexandria has 4 ties out of the 7 outcomes going into tonight's match. Now the Otters try a crossing attempt, and a shot attempt by Andrews goes just a little bit wide, and we'll have a corner kick, I think, for Fergus Falls. That's right. The Cardinals deflected the ball across the end line, so Fergus Falls will be awarded a corner kick here. Second corner of the night for the Otters. And it's going to be bent into the middle of the field. Ball knocked away. Good clear here by Jager Steele of Alexandria. Now trying to keep it in the offensive end, Matthew Niblock for Fergus Falls. And the Otters look to keep the pressure on Alexandria. Now here is Shane Zierden sending it over to the right side, but the ball got knocked away as a forward for the Otters. Cole Zierden went to the turf. Now Paffrath has it. He'll send it over to one of his teammates. Now up ahead to Jack Carlson. Carlson into the middle of the field will try a crossing attempt into the direction of Lucas Harstead. It goes back instead to the outer defensive backfield. Now the ball stopped here by Klecker. Thomas Klecker will chip a ball to the right side to Jager Steele. Steele has it. He'll go with a crossing attempt. That got knocked down. Miles Sandstead trying to locate the ball at the top of the penalty box area. Fergus Falls able to intercept. Now Miles Sandstead trying to track it down. It's off him, and Fergus Falls will throw it in. Still no scores. We're now a little more than 5 minutes into the second half. Minute number 46 of the match is underway. Here is a pass ahead by Miles Sandstead, trying to connect with Colin Riley. That got broken up, and Fergus Falls will look to transition. Jose Rodriguez pass poked away, and now it comes back, and Alexandria will readjust on defense. Here's Paffrath with the ball, and got poked away. Aguilar will feed ahead with Cole Zierden. Now up ahead to Sterling Andrews, trying to reconnect with Aguilar. Aguilar and Miles Sandstead challenging for possession, and the ball is off Aguilar. Miles Sandstead will throw it in. He gets it to Jack Carlson. Now to Colin Riley. Riley with the through ball, but it doesn't connect with Lucas Harstead. Instead, it gets intercepted. Now it's redirected up toward Andrews, and it's going to be out of bounds. That allows us to let you know that you're listening to People Radio, KXRA Alexandria, 1490 AM, 100.3 and 105.7 FM, and we're also online through the Voice of Alexandria app. Jackson is our studio engineer. I'm DMAC Dave McClurg with the play-by-play. Alexandria works the ball into the attacking third in a scoreless tie in the second half. Fergus Falls now trying to clear the ball out. Here's Thomas Klecker controlling along the far sideline, bottled up by a Fergus Falls defender as the Otters try to dribble out with it. Now the pass comes ahead. Aguilar on the front end, trying to connect with a long ball to Sterling Andrews, but that got broken up. Now Jager Steele controls for the Cardinals. Steele up the right side, sending a pass to Klecker. Now redirected on a header pass, but it's intercepted. Now Sandstead has it back for Alexandria, but his crossing attempt got broken up. Now here's a pass chip through, and a possible opportunity trying to locate the ball, and here's a shot on goal by Dominic Aguilar, and Ryan Mavison makes the save for the Alexandria Cardinals. It's sent ahead now to Carlson. Jack Carlson with some open field on the dribble. Long ball ahead. Harstead trying to track it down. There's a challenge in the top of the penalty box area. Carlson will roll one through. The goalkeeper Stumble was out of position, but Fergus Falls had a defender. Jack Urich back to clear the ball away. Good work by Urich there as an alternate line of defense there.
Number 12 and number 4.
Now we'll have some substitutions. Alexandria is going to bring Tyler Zimmerman in, and Peter Sandstead will also come in for the Alexandria Cardinals. Miles Sandstead will check out, and I believe Thomas Klecker will check out as well. Throw in here, Paffrath triggers in to the near corner in the offensive end, and the ball's going to be off of Jack Carlson, and the Otters will be awarded a throw in here. We're now into the 49th minute of the match. Under 32 remaining in the second half. Still nothing on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. The Cardinals matching up against the Fergus Falls Otters. Samuel Peterson will re-enter for Alexandria as Colin Riley will check out. There's the ball in the midfield third. Scramble for possession. Bryce Paffrath has it. He'll send it now to Jack Carlson. Carlson now over to his teammate Samuel Peterson, who sends one wide of the goal, launching from about 40 yards out, but it's spun wide left. And we'll have a goal kick coming up here for Fergus Falls. And it will be Ian Stumbo taking the goal kick here for the Otters. He is the Fergus Falls keeper. Ball bounces out of bounds on the near side, and we're going to have a throw-in coming up for Alexandria in the midfield third. Cardinals looking to work it into the attacking third here. Bryce Paffrath gets it in, and it's off the foot of Sam Peterson, and we'll have a throw-in for Fergus Falls. Now taking it here, Jose Rodriguez, but it got poked away Good work here by Tyler Zimmerman with the Cardinals. Zimmerman will now send it over to Jager Steele. Steele on the dribble, working through traffic. Steele still on the dribble, handling the ball, gets past another defender. He's got it on the left sideline. Touch pass over toward Carlson. Then it comes back, and it's going to be intercepted here by Fergus Falls. Good dribbling work by Jager Steele, and also now a break the other way. And Sterling Andrews gets to the ball. Bryce Paffrath on the defense. Crossing attempt, and it's going to be cleared out of bounds. Nope, it's going to stay in play. Andrews kept it in. Now it's going to be off of Zimmerman, and I think we're going to have a throw-in coming up for the Fergus Falls Otters. And nope, it's going to be a foul on Alexandria. Free kick is going to be awarded for Fergus Falls, coming from the near sideline. And this free kick, I believe, is going to be taken by the Otters' Matthew Niblock about 30 yards off the goal line. He bends it toward the center of the field, and it got knocked away. Now a shot on goal, and Ryan Mavison will make the save. So the Otters trying to create something off the set piece there, but Mavison keeps the ball in front of him and now punts the ball away. We're now into minute number 52 of the match, a little more than 11 minutes into the second half. Still 0-0 on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard in boys soccer. Ball rolls through to the goalkeeper, and the save will be made by Ian Stumble. Now it comes out toward the midfield third. And the Cardinals' Samuel Peterson tried to control on the dribble, but the Otters intercept. Here's Andrews with the through ball, and the Cardinals have a defender back, and that defender will clear the ball over to the right side. And then a pass up the sideline. Fergus Falls tried to keep it in play, but couldn't do so. We're going to take a 30-second timeout. Second half of Central Lakes Conference Boys Soccer on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard on KXRA. The Alexandria Cardinals and the Fergus Falls Otters remain scoreless. I got your confirmation there. You know your Aerosmith, I must say that. Our thanks to all of the Alexandria Cardinal sports boosters helping to bring you our live play-by-play, along with our Alexandria Cardinal sports reports throughout the 2020-2021 school year on KXRA. I am DMAC Dave McClurg. As we come back to action at Otter Stadium, Alexandria is going to be awarded a free kick from about 50 yards out after a Fergus Falls foul. This will come from the center of the field, and Colin Riley will approach the ball. He'll launch it deep, right on the goalkeeper Stumbo, so that free kick results in a shot on goal, but Ian Stumbo, the senior captain, makes the save for the Otters. Now he'll punt the ball away. We're into the 54th minute of the match, under 27 to go, so we're about 2/3 of the way through this contest and still no score. Now a scramble for possession. Riley gets to the ball, he'll send a support pass back to Thomas, or actually to Jacob Partington. Now it comes ahead, and it's going to be out of bounds, last touch by the Cardinals. And Fergus Falls is going to make a couple
Checking
of
it back in for the Otters,
Aiden
number
Shern
16,
and
Aiden
Jaden
Shern, and number
Mantefeld will
20,
come back in
Jaden Manteufel.
for Fergus Falls. I think Sterling Andrews is one of the players to check out. Jose Rodriguez. Now we'll have an Otter throw-in here.
Hey, we got new
This will come at the edge of the midfield third on the Fergus Falls side of the field. So the wider side of the field from the Otters' perspective is what they are looking to approach. Now the ball comes up on the dribble here. I believe it's Niblock for the Otters. And then got cleared out of bounds. Throw in for Fergus Falls goes deep. And Alexandria's Bjorn Carlstead will clear it across the far sideline. And we'll have another throw in coming up for the Otters. Dominic Aguilar will trigger it in for Mantefel, but that got redirected by Alexandria. Back to the edge of the midfield third. Challenge here, ball's out of bounds. Throw in for Fergus Falls. Now the Cardinals look to regain control. Here's a ball that's chipped over to the near side, and it's going to bounce out of bounds, and the Otters will have a throw in. Jack Urich will trigger it in for Fergus Falls. Still nothing here in the second half in Central Lakes Conference Boys Soccer. Throw in here. And it's going to be redirected out of bounds by the Cardinals. And Fergus Falls will throw it in again. So the Otters trying to get a little bit bigger territorial advantage here. Urich triggers the ball in, but it got intercepted. Cleared up about 10 yards, but now knocked down by Neblock. Trying to send a pass to one of his teammates, but now the Cardinals will come away with it. There's a touch pass by Steele, trying to send it toward Tyler Zimmerman, but it was redirected by Fergus Falls. Now a long ball and a chase here, and good work defensively by the Cardinals as they get back, and now Zimmerman is going to send a ball up toward the midfield stripe. Knocked away by Fergus Falls and redirected by Alexandria. And now Holden Hansen, who's back into the match. He's got the ball on the dribble. Hansen trying to work his way through, but the pass got intercepted. Now Fergus Falls regains control in the midfield area. Pass intercepted here by the Cardinals' Bryce Paffrath. He'll go with a crossing attempt. Now it comes back. Now a ball rolled to the left side. Zimmerman has it on the left sideline. He's going to send a crossing pass in front. Ian Stumble comes out to intercept. He'll roll the ball away, and now it comes back into the midfield area. Colin Riley trying to gain control, but Fergus Falls has Jaden Mantefel there. Now the Cardinals do get it back. And here's Riley sending it through over toward Holden Hansen. Now the ball into traffic. Harstead trying to gain control. Now Hansen has it, and we've got ball knocked away by Fergus Falls as Holden Hansen was trying to control on the dribble right at the top of the penalty box.
Substitution for the Alexandria Cardinals, number 7, number 3. Also, the girls are down to out.
Throw-in coming up for the Alexandria Cardinals, but not before Jager Steele and Jack Carlson both re-enter. So Alexandria trying to get a little more scoring punch out onto the field here, as Carlson and Steele are very good ball handlers, and of course Jack Carlson, a finisher. He scored the tying goal in the 2-2 deadlock down at St. Cloud Apollo Tuesday night. Throw in into traffic. Carlson trying to locate it. Now it's right along the goal line. Crossing attempt in front, and it's going to be intercepted by Stumbo. Of course, the goalkeeper is able to track it down with his hands, and he plucks it out of the air. Now punts it away. 58th minute of the match is in progress. Under 23 to go in the second half. Still nothing on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard in boys soccer. Here's a race up the right side. Jager Steele using some of his speed, and he went down. He got tripped about 5 yards outside of the penalty box area. We'll have a free kick for Alexandria along the far sideline, but only about 10 yards off the goal line. It'll be interesting to see what the Cardinals will look to do here on this free kick. And it's going to be sent right at the goal, and it goes kind of across diagonal over toward the near corner, and it bounces out. And we'll have a goal kick coming up here for Fergus Falls. The Otters 0-8 on the year. Alexandria no wins as well. The Cardinals do have 4 ties in their 7 decisions to this point. Now the ball up in the midfield area. Dominic Aguilar looking to control on the dribble here for Fergus Falls. He'll send it back to Cole Zierden. Now it comes back toward Aguilar, but broken up by Steele of Alexandria. Now over to Tyler Zimmerman. He'll send a support pass back to one of his teammates in the defensive backfield. It is not handled cleanly. Quick throwing by Fergus Falls, and the Cardinals will clear away from the danger zone. Now a shot, and this one's going to go wide right of the goal by Fergus Falls, and Alexandria will be awarded a goal kick. We're now into minute number 60 of the match. Just over 20 remaining in this second half. The Alexandria Cardinals and the Fergus Falls Otters are scoreless in Central Lakes Conference play at Otter Stadium. Now we've got a ball that caroms out. I think the Cardinals will have the opportunity to substitute. Nope, looks like Bryce Paffrath will throw the ball in. Now he connects with Tyler Zimmerman. Then it goes to Colin Riley. Riley going with a crossing pass. This will elude everybody. And then it's tapped by one of the forwards and then cleared across the sideline. Last touch by Alexandria. Let's take another break.
Substituting for the Cardinals, number 13 and number 11, Jose Rodriguez for your Otters. Also, the girls have scored, so now they are down 1-2.
Right there. Hey, where's football?
61st minute of our match is in progress. Fergus Falls trying to play the ball into the Alexandria end. It comes back toward the keeper, Ryan Mavison, and he'll scoop the ball up and fire it up the right side. Evidently that didn't count. We had a throw-in up at the midfield area. And now trying to get out front, Colin Riley. And now Riley with the ball, trying to track it down. Now it goes over toward the far side, deflected out by Fergus Falls. And the Cardinals will throw it in. Jacob Partington with the throw-in here for Alexandria. He'll get it into the middle of the field where Jager Steele knocks it down. Chips one into traffic. Now looking to locate it, Holden Hansen down along the goal line, and it's going to be out across the end line. And I think the Cardinals are going to get a corner kick here. So Holden Hansen with the dribble ability there was able to create the corner kick. This will be Alexandria's 6th corner of the night. Still no score. Let's see if the Cardinals can convert on a set piece here. It's directly through the scoring area over to the far side, not handled on the opposite side by the Cardinals, and a goal kick will be the result. So unfortunately the Cardinals not able to get the most successful execution on the set piece, and we remain scoreless now in minute number 63. Here is Samuel Peterson trying to play the ball to the right side. Fergus Falls intercepts. Jaden McDefeld will send it over to his right to Cole Zierden. Zierden now with a crossing attempt to the middle of the field. That got broken up by Alexandria. Here's Bryce Paffrath on the dribble. He'll feed it ahead now to Peterson. Peterson dribbles past one defender. Samuel Peterson will take the shot, and it's just a little bit wide. He took it from about 35 yards out. Stumbo was going to the field to try to knock the ball away. It was wide of him, but it was also wide of the net. And so we'll have a goal kick coming up here for Fergus Falls. Unofficially now 18 shots at the goal for the Cardinals compared to 9 for Fergus Falls. Unofficially shots on goal, meaning saves made by the goalkeeper. 8 for Alexandria, resulting in 8 saves for Fergus Falls and Stumbo. And 4 shots for Fergus Falls, meaning 4 saves for Ryan Mavison. Now we're going to have a foul called out in the midfield area. Stoppage here and a free kick for Fergus Falls. The Otters 0-8, and after tonight they'll have a makeup match next week with South Rapids Rice. The Cardinals have 2 makeup matches next week, including home matches with St. Cloud Tech and Brainerd. Fergus Falls able to get a shot off. A roller toward Mavison off the foot of Cole Zierden, and Mavison makes his 5th save of the night. Now toward the midfield area, and Jack Carlson got pushed in the back. He's going to take the quick free kick, and it's going to, or maybe they're going to require another free kick. I think Carlson tried to put that free kick in right away to try to catch the Otters defense a little bit off guard, but I think they're going to allow Alexandria to take the free kick after the ball is replaced. In the football setup, it's on the 46-yard line, so the ball a little more than 50 yards off the goal line. Colin Riley will angle the free kick into the middle of the field. Ball got knocked away. It comes back. Riley's going to take the shot. It comes through to Stumbo, who ends up making the save for Fergus Falls. Now the ball punted away and then knocked down. Jager Steele will send it ahead. And here's Riley on the dribble. Colin Riley past one defender. Now over to Carlson. Carlson bottled up, tries to get a shot off. He does, it's blocked. And the Otters will send the ball over to the far side. Crossing attempt, knocked down. It comes to the near side. Alexandria's Tyler Zimmerman will try to gain control. Scramble along the far side, and the throw-in will be coming up. Let's take a break here. We're into minute number 66 of the match.
Number 6, and checking
Glenwood
back in
State
for your
Bank
Otters
scoreboard
captain
in Central Lakes
Matthew
Conference
Niblock.
Boys Soccer. Alexandria and Fergus Falls remain scoreless.
Hey, B's at 9 o'clock, bro. All good. I want to see you there. Bryce, you need to drive your clap. Oh, he stole it from you. Let's go. Hey, let's go, White.
Alexandria will be awarded a free kick here in the attacking third outside of the penalty box area after a Fergus Falls foul is called. Colin Riley will take this free kick along the near sideline. Rolls it on the ground toward Ian Stumbo, who ends up making the save. So Colin Riley decided to send that one and tried to get a little positive spin on that, and it went right toward the goalie Stumbo, who ends up making his 10th save of the match. Still 0-0 now into the 67th minute of the contest. Dave McClurg with the play-by-play of Alexandria Cardinal Boys Soccer on KXRA Radio and also on the Voice of Alexandria app. Here's Bryce Paffrath along the near side, feeding now to Tyler Zimmerman. He had the ball knocked away. Good work by Cole Zierman to separate Zimmerman from the ball. Then the long ball comes up the near side, knocked down here by Alexandria's Tyler Wright. Throwing it here for Fergus Falls. Handling it at the midfield stripe is Captain Matthew Niblock. His through ball intercepted by Jager Steele. Steele tries the long ball. It gets behind everybody, but now the goalkeeper, Stumbo, will retrieve it right at the edge of the penalty box area, and now he'll look to punt it away. Alexandria 0-3-4 coming into this match. Fergus Falls, no wins in 8 outings so far, defeats to this point. Now here is Steele, trying to play it ahead toward his teammate Samuel Peterson, but it got intercepted. Niblock working his way up the left side. Now a challenge along the far side, and the Cardinals able to maintain possession. Ball got knocked off a Fergus Falls player. Alexandria will throw it in on its own side of the field. Now the scramble for the ball. The 50-50 ball goes Alexandria's way here for the pass over to the near side. A little bit wide of Bryce Paffrath, and Fergus Falls will look to trigger it in. Now here comes Shane Zierden back in for the Otters as he'll replace Cole Zierden. Throw in for Fergus Falls, and now Sterling Andrews had it, but it's going to be taken here by Zimmerman. Now to Jack Carlson. Carlson working his way on the dribble. Sends one through to Colin Riley. Riley on the dribble. Bottled up here. Riley trying to get the ball, and we're going to have a foul called. This may be on Fergus Falls, just outside of the penalty box area. Colin Riley will be awarded a free kick from about 25 yards away from the goal, and this will be straight on, basically inside the closest football hash marks to the center of the field. Free kick coming up for Alexandria here in minute number 69, trying to unlock the scoreless tie. Riley will take it here for Alexandria, and he bluffed. He actually stopped on the free kick attempt, and now a reload here, and it's a touch, and Riley will take the shot. A header, goal! And the Cardinals take a 1-0 lead.
Alexandria.
And I think it may be Miles Sandstead who headed the shot in off the free kick. So the Cardinals
Checking back
score
in for the Otters, number 13, Cole Zierden.
here in the 70th minute of the match. And Alexandria takes a 1-0 lead, set up by the Colin Riley free kick. And again, I think there was a scramble in front, and I'm going to rule it a Miles Sandstead goal here in minute number 70. If I am incorrect, somebody will definitely let me know. But the Alexandria Cardinals break on top in search of that first win here in 2020, and now have about 10.5 minutes to try to milk the clock. Of course, in our last KXRA broadcast of Alexandria boys soccer 4 weeks ago tonight, Alexandria got a first half lead and Sauk Rapids Rice tied the score about 4 minutes after that. Cardinals going with some pressure again. Here's Jack Carlson along the goal line. Ball got knocked away and Fergus Falls gets it back. Now it's going to be played out along the near sideline, and we're going to have a throw-in coming up for Alexandria. Jacob Partington will re-enter for the Alexandria Cardinals.
Substitution for
as he'll spell
Alexandria, number 20.
Teammate Tyler Zimmerman. Well, obviously it wasn't Miles Sandstead on the goal. He's getting set to re-enter here. I don't know if he went to the bench right after the score was made. The Cardinals scored in the 70th minute and on the 1-0 lead. That'll take that, bringing you our scoreboard update. Now throwing will be coming up for Fergus Falls in the midfield area. It may have been Miles' twin brother Peterson
For
that
Fergus,
got the goal.
number 24, Dominic
And
again.
we'll try to clarify that maybe when we get into the break in between the end of the play-by-play and the post-match report. Jutner Motors will bring you our post-match report a little bit later here in the 8 o'clock hour. Cardinals with a 1-goal lead and under 9 minutes to go. 72nd minute of the match is here. Jack Carlson fires one on the goalkeeper, Ian Stumbo, who ends up making the save. And now the ball gets punted away. Partington tried to knock it down. Fergus Falls regains control. Here's a through ball, but redirected by the Alexandria defensive backfield. Now the Cardinals will take over. Here's Miles Sandstead along the near sideline. Can't handle on the dribble, and we'll have a throw-in coming up for Fergus Falls.
I need
Throw-in taken here. Cole Zierden gets it in for Owen Kruger, who's now in for Fergus Falls. Ball goes over to the far side. Otters maintaining control. Now a crossing attempt comes to the near side to Cole Zierden. Now a pass gets intercepted, cleared back the other way by the Alexandria Cardinals. Jack Carlson in pursuit, but Jack Urich on the dribble for Fergus Falls brings it up toward midfield, deflected out of bounds by the Otters. We're going to have a throw in here for the Alexandria Cardinals. Miles Sandstead will trigger it in. And getting to it here, Riley. Now to Jack Carlson. Carlson setting the ball up on the dribble, still trying to work for the shot opportunity, but Fergus Falls knocked the ball away. Now the Cardinals have it back. Steal shot, deflected away by Stumble, and off to the side, and Alexandria is going to get a corner kick. That was an elevated shot off the foot of Jager Steele there, and it nearly resulted in Alexandria's second goal. Corner kick for the Alexandria Cardinals. It will be the 7th corner of tonight's match. It comes in front. Ball cleared away by Fergus Falls. Then it comes back. Bryce Paffrath has it at the edge of the attacking third. Now it comes back into the midfield area. Knocked down by Jacob Partington. Tried to work it up the sideline, and Fergus Falls cleared it out. Another throw-in coming up. It's Alexandria 1, Fergus Falls no score in boys soccer. We're in the second half at Otter Stadium in Fergus Falls. Dave McClurg with the play-by-play. Now a long ball through, but this one's going to come back to Ryan Mavison, and he'll easily scoop it up. Fergus Falls didn't have anybody in the vicinity, so Mavison was able to roll the ball away. And now we've got a challenge. Here is Cole Zierden. Alexandria foul should have been a ball. Ball comes back the other way. Things getting a little bit chippy here. And I think we're going to have a foul called on Fergus Falls, and a yellow card is going to be issued as well on the Otters' Jack Urich. So a little bit of frustration boiling over there. And Alexandria will be awarded the free kick. And Colin Riley will take the free kick here for Alexandria. Second half here at Otter Stadium in boys soccer, 74th minute underway. Alexandria holding a 1-goal lead over Fergus Falls. Cardinals broke the scoreless tie in the 70th minute on what I believe to be a goal for Miles Sandstead, but we'll try to clarify that. Here's a shot by Riley that goes wide of the goal, and we'll have a goal kick coming up for Fergus Falls. Again, if we don't have a draw at the end of 80 minutes, whichever team comes out on top is going to win its first game of the year tonight. Of course, Alexandria's been close. The Cardinals have 4 ties out of their 7 matches to this point. Here's a ball rolled out. That's going to bring us to our final break during play-by-play. Come on back for the conclusion at Otter Stadium momentarily of boys soccer. Glenwood State Bank scoreboard, it's Alexandria 1, Fergus Falls no score. What's that, Miles Sandstead, on the goal?
I'm not actually sure.
Okay. Well, a player will come up and clarify for me after the game, so I'll let it be him for now.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in there. So.
Yeah. Welcome back to Otter Stadium in Fergus Falls. Under 5 minutes remaining in the match. Minute number 76 underway. Alexandria trying to hold on to a 1-goal lead in a bid for #1 here in 2020. Alexandria 0-3-4 coming in. The Fergus Falls Otters 0-8. The Cardinals get control in the midfield third. Through ball by Riley, trying to connect with Jack Carlson. Stumble, poked the ball away, sliding to the turf to distribute it over to the near side. Now Bryce Paffrath has it. He'll dribble, feeding to Colin Riley. Riley bottled up by a couple of defenders, still trying to work on the dribble. And now Fergus Falls has it back. We are just over 4 minutes to go in the second half. Otters need to get busy if they hope to have something other than a ninth loss of the year. Now back to defend for Alexandria. Tyler Bright clears the ball back into the midfield third. It's Alexandria 1, Fergus Falls no score. Ball across the far sideline. We're now into the 77th minute of the match. Long ball up the side, and the Cardinals play it. Here is Steele with a long ball into the right corner. This will spin down along the goal line and cleared across the sideline by Fergus Falls, but the Cardinals will get a throw in deep in the Fergus Falls end. Alexandria coach Brandon Johnson will make a couple of substitutions. Lucas
Checking in
Harstead
for Alexandria, number 8 and number 9,
Fergus
and
Falls will bring
substituting back in for the Otters, number 20, Jaden
We are
Montoya.
in minute number 77. Just over 3 minutes remaining in the match. Alexandria possessing the ball in the Fergus Falls end with a 1-0 lead on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. Throw-in is broken up by Fergus Falls. It comes over to the far sideline rather, and the Cardinals will have another throw-in. Throw-in into traffic, and Fergus Falls sends it back into the midfield third. Knocked down here, Tyler Bright sends a shot, and this one's going to go a little bit wide left of the goal. And we'll have a goal kick for Fergus Falls. Time gradually becoming more of an ally for the Alexandria Cardinals in their bid to get the first win of 2020. Alexandria up by a goal, it's 1-0. Now the ball back to the edge of the midfield third. Cardinals play it further up to the edge of the attacking third. Now Alexandria looking to transition into some offense, but Fergus Falls intercepts. And here comes Matthew Heblock, feeding a pass up ahead to Mantefel. Now a long ball left side. got cleared across the sideline by the Cardinals' Jacob Partington. Throw in, and that's broken up. Steele, or actually I think that's Riley battling for possession, and he'll clear it across the sideline. Our 79th minute of the match is now here. Under 2 minutes remaining. Fergus Falls looking to throw it in the attacking third on the Alexandria side of the field. 1-0, the Cardinals have the lead. Nice clear by Alexandria. Ball up in the midfield third. Fergus Falls may be looking to take a chance, and I think we're going to have a stoppage here. I think a handball on Fergus Falls is going to result in a free kick for the Alexandria Cardinals with just over 90 seconds remaining. It'll be a free kick, and Colin Riley will actually send it back to his keeper, Ryan Mavison, because that's going to drain time off the clock and force Fergus Falls to come back into the midfield area. Now the Otters look to transition. Long ball right side. Here's Andrews trying to get open, and the ball got cleared across the near sideline. It'll be a throw-in for Fergus Falls in the Alexandria end.
1 minute remains. 1 minute.
Here is Cole Zierden. We're in the last minute of play. Alexandria up by a goal, and a nice clear here by Holden Hansen. Up into the midfield third. Now the Cardinals again on the dribble, and here's a pass further up. Now it's going to be redirected and kept in play here by Miles Sandstead. Now in traffic, here's Lucas Harstead trying to gain control. Under 40 seconds to go in the second half. Alexandria up 1-0. Fergus Falls with maybe one more legitimate thrust. Ball comes through, and Mavison will come out in the penalty box area to scoop the ball up before Fergus Falls can get a shot off. Just 20 seconds remaining. Long ball up to the midfield third. Fergus Falls looking to scramble. Good header pass away by Colin
10,
Riley.
9,
Now down to the
8,
closing seconds of this
7,
match.
6,
Ball comes through.
5,
Alexandria
4,
Partington
3,
will sweep the ball across
2,
the sideline.
1.
And the Alexandria Cardinal boys soccer team is into the win column for the first time in 2020. A goal with less than 11 minutes remaining.
The girls'
ends up
soccer is also
serving as the
down
game
1-3.
winner. Alexandria able to get a clean sheet on defense tonight. Close to a half a dozen saves for Ryan Mavison overall. And Alexandria, in spite of not having a win in its first
The
7
Otters
matches
will
of the
play
year,
again
the
on
Cardinals
Tuesday
break into the win
against
column.
Sauk Rapids at
1-0,
home.
the final score at Otter Stadium on the campus of Kennedy
JV
Secondary School
at
in
5 on
Fergus
the grass
Falls.
fields.
Very competitive match between the Cardinals and the Otters. You would expect nothing less between these two geographic rivals in the CLC